Get the club to pop when I come up with the crop. Gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with everybody. We do it. Everybody. We do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Club spot, get the club to pop when I come up with the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with the club spot.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? I got my brothers with me. I'm down here in New York. I'm leaning. You know what I'm saying? We scheming. You feel me? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just been getting money. We just been staying out the way. Like, this shit for real. Yeah. I can't be playing in these shoes. You know? So let me stick it in slow, do you feel it? I've been really riding around with my killers, my hitters. I've been independent, fuck around and bust down the pendant. I got real slimes, I got mob ties. Yeah, I'm in New York just like Cameron. On the shoreline just like Ryan. They tryna run G, I don't feel it. They said Draco, baby boy, you the realest. My baby cooking in the kitchen like a chemist. I'm the one that did this shit, you the victim. Yeah, 32 Hamilton, we gon' rip 'em. Back in that ass fat, let me grip it. The dog, my dog, he sent it. It's a quarter brick, I'ma whip it. It's a Hellcat, I'ma drift it. 100,000, 200,000. I can get them locked up. Yeah, I'm in my prime. The dog game going down and up. Philippines and praying Louis V. I can do this shit every day this week. If it's a meal, let the whole team eat. Let's get the bag, yeah, down to the DMV.
Got this little bitch finna open up that PNC. And she gon' hit your stores like them GCs. Nigga, you ain't never turned them 100 bands worth of get fees. Nigga, I'm the one made this scamming shit. Trend track, one track, two. Nigga, pass me to Boston. 50 Xbox, pack of panties for my daughter. Tryna get 111 pros out of Target. Pay them with the skins to the feds, I'm an artist. I done hit every Walmart up in Charlotte. Nigga hit the stove like I'm dressed like a gardener. I'm about to run my like a baller. You shouldn't know, you shouldn't brought that nigga around the rock. Like the Carters, bitch, we got the block slapping in the trap phone bounce, Josh trapping. If I get 100 balls, I'll probably stop rapping. Make them disappear with this block like it's magic. I got real signs, I got my time. Yeah, I'm in New York.
What is
like
good?
On the shoreline, just like Ryan.
They trying to leave G, I ain't feel it. We rolling. We is fucking rolling. What is good, everybody? It's your boy MJ and the motherfucking dude. Yo, comments are lit right now. Holy shit. 100 something to open up to. You know what I mean? You guys are fucking. That's what I'm talking about, man. Shout out to all the early birds. There's a lot of early birds, man. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to the homie D Balls and Exotics and Mac Lorenzo. My boy Mac, you got a spliff ready, Mac? Yeah, you got the spliff ready. Who else is in there? Dylan, what's up, Dylan? Great balls of Fryer. Fryer? Why not Fire? Fryer. Is your last name Fryer? We'll figure it out. Josh, what up, Josh? Big homie Josh up in the building. Wiz Constrictors. That's my boy. How's the GHI doing, my homie? Oliver. What's up, Oliver? You sell them Sunset, Jeff? Damn. Big bag right there. Shout out to everyone in the comments, man. You guys are amazing. All the early birds. I'm guessing it's because how sick the guest is, because we do have a solid-ass fucking guest for tonight's session. But before we get started, you know, we got to take care of what we got to take care of the business. www.coldblooded cafe for all your freshest and bestest rodents to your damn doorstep. $30 flat rate shipping. You want the smallest day one pinkies or the damn mammoth rats? I heard they're actually working on something bigger than a mammoth. I'm not even joking. I'm not joking. Bigger than a mammoth? For reals? Yes. You got eggs, put them inside of a sim box, www.simcontainer.com. Listen, the proof is in the sim box. I'm telling you right now. No, there's no other. I'm just saying. Sim box is the way to rock, bro. Shout out to the fucking big homie Aussie Boys LLC. You guys want the bombest, some of the fucking sickest combos out there, man. Hit up my boys' website, Aussie Boys LLC, and then Freedom Breeder. Super heavy sponsor. I want to give a shout out to Freedom Breeder and Cocoa Blocks and all that part, man. But yeah, man, super stoked on tonight. Had to work my way back up to Canada. I wasn't done with Canada. I don't think I'm ever gonna be done with Canada. I fucks with Canada. And yeah, man. So I appreciate Lord's time, him coming on. Pretty excited. I do got a little bit of some mailers real quick. I want to give some shout out. Some people who sent me some mail real quick. So let's see what this one is. This is from Coastside Geckos. What's up, Coastside? Hell yeah, I got a sticker from Coastside Geckos right there. Make sure you go give them a follow and check them out, Coastside Geckos. I think I got a shirt too. Damn, do I got a shirt? Damn, watch it be anthrax and shit blows up everywhere. Not good. Damn. All right, give me a few, dog. Stickers too? Oh, what? This is fucking, look what finally came! Reggie, Urban Jungle. I finally got gear from this fool. I didn't even read who it was from. Johnson, Reginald. Yep, that's Reggie for sure. Reggie, doggy. I got, oh, bro, you know black's my color. You know I fucks with black. Dog, this is a shirt. I'm happy. Listen, I'm happy I got this shirt right here. This is huge. And then he got my girl shirt too, man. Thanks, Reggie. You the man, bro. Reggie, Urban Jungle. He was one of my trap guests a few episodes ago. Make sure you go check it out. The link in the description below. Fucking really awesome fucking podcast I had with Reggie. So Reggie, thank you so much, bro. I'm stoked. Sticker stick, shirt stick, all that. And yeah, man. So tonight, like I said, dude's doing a lot, bro. Like, listen, I don't want to say, well, I mean, maybe it was because of Billy is why I started noticing Lord, but either way, this guy is somebody who, I mean, other than, you know, the animals he is around and he films, I think he just has a lot of fucking sick talents to bring to the table. And a lot of you already know that. A lot of you follow Lord and you guys know what's up. So me personally, I'm excited to bring on the big homie fucking Lordy Lion from Canada. What's up,
what
baby?
is up?
What's up, loco?
Kind of caught me off guard there.
That's what I do sometimes. Like I said, it's not structured. I probably have a list of things I was supposed to cover, and I probably won't realize I missed things until after the podcast. It's pretty much signature MJ right there. But what's up, man? How you doing, dog?
Doing good, you know, just chilling. Kind of just finished cleaning up, I guess. So,
all right,
taking some time.
When you said cleaning up, we're cleaning the pad, or are you cleaning your snake collection, or your pet, your animals, or what are you cleaning?
No, it's mostly cleaning the beardies. These guys, like, they're like daily. So even after everything, like, I come home and I just clean.
You know, I don't know. I don't know if this will be the only time, but I actually used a hashtag Bearded Dragon for this episode because that's fucking. I mean, that's what I known you as. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, it was one of the things that I've always liked, right? Like, even growing up, was one of the first reptiles I ever got. So I think I just have that special thing with them that I just like. Even though I have so many other reptiles that I work with, I think just Bearded Dragons is that one thing that just kind of I just enjoy working with.
A lot of people enjoy the pets they have and shit, but for you, I think it's different because you're like a fucking whisperer to them, bro. Like there's some sort of like, you know what I mean? Like, no, they don't flush a toilet or anything, but I'm just saying they know when you cue music, like they know when the camera's on
like
and
they
shit.
Listen.
Yeah, it's like almost showtime.
Yeah.
Like, all right, bro. You're like, all right, what are you trying to do for some fucking, you know, the worms that you feed them and shit? I don't know, but you know, you come up with treats and shit. So yeah.
I think it's just understanding their behavior is really it. But yeah, no, I noticed that each of them have their own little personalities, and it's really cool, you know, to highlight it and showcase it onto YouTube.
How many beardies do you have right now?
Right now I have 9.
You have 9. Okay.
9 beardies. Yeah.
So let's talk pre-9 beardies, right? So, you know, because I know you own a gym business and stuff like that. So like I said, you got a lot of cool things going on your end of the stick. So I want to back up a little bit. You know, Reptile's been a part of your life, your entire life, or what? Like since a kid type of thing, or?
I think, yeah, honestly, I think I always grew up, you know, with reptiles. Since I can remember, my family always had like either like some turtle in the house or something that, you know, my parents would take care of. But the first reptile that I got by myself was a bearded dragon. So it was one of those things where, I just really wanted to get a reptile. I did my research. At the time, there wasn't that many people even, I don't even think, making videos about reptiles, but there was a few. And I was, able to, get a beardy, and just from there, just continue getting stuff. But I always owned reptiles my whole entire life. I think there's a picture of me holding a lizard like this,
Right.
even though you're not supposed to hold the lizard upside down. But I think I was maybe like, I don't even know, like 10 years old in that picture. So
Yeah.
I've always been around reptiles.
Jesus, you're 10, bro. You think you get a pass on that? There's people who are 20 who fucking keep snakes in their glass aquariums with 5 other snakes. So don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Sick, bro. So I mean, was it the beardies that made you say, man, I need to fucking start a YouTube channel? Because like, the whole video editing side of your experience is what I really want to get down to. We all, as people know, you do all the editing for Billy at Mutation Creation. Shout out to Billy. You do a lot of other stuff with him and whatnot. So let's talk about your experience on what got you into video editing and whatnot.
Honestly, it looks like I started my channel with reptiles and everything, but I mostly started my channel just for the passion of videography and editing. Like that's the really thing that I enjoy the most. So for me, if you give me a video to edit and it happens to be someone's wedding, like I would enjoy editing it and putting my own twist to it. So I started YouTube mostly for that, because it was a place that I could, it was a platform that I could upload my videos that I was already working on, and I started off really just making videos with my brother, like just doing challenges, just doing the typical trending videos. And it kind of just went off from there. I think one person commented, because they seen in the background, my beardies, it wasn't like this before, but they just seen like some tanks in the background, and it was like, oh, you should post about your reptiles. And I was like, who wants to watch reptile videos? Right? Even though like I was watching reptile videos, right? But like,
what year was this?
Oh, this was like maybe like at least a couple of years back, like maybe 5 years ago,
right,
or something.
That sounds about right. 2015 was like Bar Check was around, and like like the people who were doing it seemed like celebrities. You know what I mean? Like there was no Joe Schmoes.
No,
really, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So for me, it was like, who wants to watch reptile videos, right? But I posted it, and people really liked this. So here and now and then I would post a video about reptiles, and I kind of just consumed, my whole entire kind of YouTube and Instagram. And it's mostly what I post about now, right? And I enjoy it. Like I enjoyed working with my reptiles my whole entire life. It's just that when it came to YouTube, I didn't really post about them until like a little bit much later. But that's kind of how it started. It blended in perfectly.
And then all hell broke loose. You just started going mad posting, bro.
I honestly, you combine the two things I'm passionate about, videos and reptiles, and I'm happy.
It's over.
Like it's game over. Yeah. Like I just want to, post and post and post and post, and just help as much people as I can. Right. So
I'm just gonna say this right now. I'm pretty early in the podcast. No, we are early, but all I got to say to anyone out there: if video is your strength, okay, if video editing is your strong side, and you're starting to like reptiles, holy shit, you have a leverage. I'm telling you right now. Okay, there's people out there on the opposite ends. There's people who have the sickest collection, but they can't be in front of a camera because of own personal issues, or they just don't know how to fucking edit, or they don't. I mean, bro, I was one of them for a long time. Not a long time, but for at least 2 years, I thought about doing YouTube. You know what I mean? Until I got put into a point where I'm like, fuck, what's stopping me? Okay, I don't know how to edit. And then I found somebody who knew how to edit. Then I relied on him, and then he quit out on me. And then I was like, I got to learn this shit. So basically, when you want something that bad, you'll fucking figure it out. And I mean, dude, my editing skills is nowhere near on your level. Trust me, I look up to your editing skills heavily. But I figured it out. I figured out the fucking base points on how to just upload something.
Yeah,
and it's all consistency after that. You know what I mean?
That's what it really comes down to with anything, right? If you want to be a really good breeder, you have to be consistent. If you want to be a good reptile keeper, you have to be consistent. And same thing goes with building any type of platform, YouTube, Instagram. It's being consistent and just figuring things out and fine tuning them. That's the most important thing. I very simple, but very important as well.
Yeah, I think people get too caught in their head that they're fucking, this video needs to be viral. You know what I mean? Or they think like, well, okay, I got 150 views this video. How can I get fucking 2,050 views or something like, they're just not setting self up to like practically. You know what I mean?
And it's mostly, and it's like everyone says, it's mostly those videos that you put probably the least amount of effort, but you were consistent, that do really well. And it's really cool to see, you know, your growth in anything that you do. So yeah, I think consistency is the number one thing that it comes with everything. You have to just, you know, keep at a good pace and just stay consistent.
And it's funny. It's funny you mentioned it's just like breeding. It really is like breeding. You fucking gotta be consistent on feeding. You gotta be consistent on paying attention. You gotta be consistent on a lot of things. And if you're not, then how are you ever gonna really know? Like, how are you ever gonna really, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the one thing that you know, just being around the reptile community and being around other people that are also very passionate about what they do. You know, it just kind of feeds onto whatever you're doing too, right? Like Billy from Mutation Creation, like that guy is the most passionate person that I know when it comes to reptiles and ball pythons, right? So for me, you know, feeding off that energy, it kind of just you know, makes me want to do more and makes me want to just keep growing as well. So it's a really good you know, thing to have, you know, have people around you that support you, as well as you know, putting in that effort, because it doesn't happen overnight, you know, growing anything, but it definitely can happen to, you know, anyone that puts their mind to it.
You want to know what's really hard too? Finding somebody to share at least almost the amount of same passion that you have. You know what I mean? Like somebody who's just as fired up as you are to do your shit day to day. And what crazy is, bro, what you three have that I see, you guys are all fucking grinding, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
And all different levels too, right? It's not just everyone doing the same. Yeah, and
water dishing. There's fucking water dishing. There's fucking, you know, Billy's energy behind the camera, and then there's you with the editing. It all goes in, bro. It's hand in hand, because at the end of the day, fucking, you know, Billy can't, you know, as much in passion as Billy is, he can't do it all, bro. It's hard to do that. It's really like, I mean,
there's only so much, you know, time in the day, and it can be a little bit stressful kind of juggling everything too, right? So you definitely need a team to support you and to grind with you as well, right?
Yeah, I really admire what Billy's done and how you've helped out and whatnot. And dude, why I'm such a dick? How am I forgetting the third person's name right now?
Austin.
Fuck.
Austin is.
I wanted to call him Royal, but I was like, that's his.
No, yeah, that's his page, Royal Highness. No, he's honestly, Austin, when it comes down to him, he's really good at genetics. Like, I could show him a picture of something that to me it looks like a normal, and somehow he's gonna pinpoint the most, like, you know, craziest morph in there, and then you're like, oh snap, that actually is that. And you know, that's
bro.
Like, I see him all the time, like picking things out that sometimes even Billy misses out on, and you know, it's crazy to see, you know, and combining all that is a huge asset.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's different levels to this, you know, this geeking out on morphs and shit thing. Like I know morphs, you know, but then there's people who fucking know morphs, and I have a little secret weapon like that. My little homie who lives by, and whenever I hatch something and shit, I'm like, yo, come over to my pad, bro. Let's just look at this together.
Yeah.
And a lot of times he'll be calling shit, and then I'll even ask somebody else, and they'd be like, nah, that's not it. That's not it. And then for whatever reason, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like he has the true insight on things. And I know he's right because I've proven shit that he called. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like you're definitely the reason why, you know, momentum's going so good for you guys is because you guys are all complimenting each other. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it definitely goes like that. You know, it almost seems like, you know, as we grow, we just get more and more passionate, more bigger. You know, and it's just nuts. You know, within the 2 years that I've been at Mutation Creation, you know, the growth. Like, I was already growing on my own with my channel, and just being able to be in the position that I'm in to edit his videos, I'm able to figure out and learn what works on his channel, what works on my channel. So it's almost like I'm managing 2 channels at once, and I'm also learning from 2 different channels. So it's just, you know, being able to see those 2 different sides, I'm able to kind of combine them and you know, put them towards my channel as well as put it towards his channel too. You're
working towards your doctorates at Lord University.
Exactly.
Right? You're learning what you're learning, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's you know, you're surrounded by amazing animals too, so it's amazing.
That helps. That helps a lot. So yeah, man, I respect that. I respect that a lot. Also, what I respect is the fact that, you know, you know, the whole video editing and just reptiles isn't all you fucking do and grind for. You also have a business. You have a, you know, you have a gym or something. You know, you want to talk a little bit about that real quick?
So that's still like in the works and everything. That one's mostly managed by my brother, which he's the personal trainer of it. But it basically started the same thing. You know, I really didn't have much time to go. Well, I didn't really want to go to the gym and kind of spend. I wanted my own personal space.
Right.
And at that time, I was really heavily into powerlifting and into working out. And yeah, so I just started buying equipment and buying things for my gym. And that kind of inspired my brother to, you know, pursue his passion, which was personal training. And yeah, we kind of just formed, and it's at a very young stage, but I also feel like it's at a very good growing pace because now that gym is being transferred over and moving to a different location, a much bigger one.
All right.
So he's able to get more clients, and yeah, it's just amazing. Because for me, like I said, I wish I could do everything, because I think if it wasn't for reptiles, maybe I would have pursued that like way back then. But now, you know, giving him the torch and giving him the, you know, kind of that momentum, he's taking it to another level too.
That's pretty awesome, bro, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
That's good to have that sort of partnership, because, you know, the only ship that never fails is partnership, technically, is what they say. But when you have family, you know, when you have your brother and stuff, like the one partnership I've been looking up to for the last, I don't know, 3 years since I've been in this, that I know won't ever break, knock on wood, not that anything will happen, but Miguel and his brother Jesse, they work fucking so hand on hand with each other for the last couple of years, to where Jesse is actually making a career out of working for his brother now.
Exactly.
And Miguel just put him on, and because of that, Miguel has so much more time to do other shit to keep them moving. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, just how you and Austin free up Billy from a lot of shit that he doesn't have to worry about. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You can concentrate on the shit that needs to be concentrated on.
Exactly. You know, the business side, the breeding side, like everything that he has to concentrate on, you know, we're able to kind of ease it and, you know, take care of the collection, whether it's cleaning, helping out with videos, just anything that is needed, right? Also, you know, we're able to give our points on, you know, what we should do. And that's sort of also how even our you know, the podcast Mutation Creation, my channel, my content started, right? It's kind of just like brainstorming amongst us. And yeah, it was really, really neat to like see that kind of growth, and now we have a podcast. So it's really neat.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is I couldn't think of a better name to call that podcast, because at the end of the day, that's everything that people, you know, anything that people ever bitched about Billy, or people that still go watch his shit. You know what I mean? You want to complain about the guy, but you watch his content probably more than his actual fans. You know what I mean?
Exactly. There's always going to be someone hating, right? So
yeah, bro, that's what pushes. I mean, that's what makes us go forward, to be honest. I mean, no matter what you do, if you're not getting hated on, you're not doing something right.
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly.
That's how it works. But I feel like, you know, the way how Billy just because listen, I want to explain something to. I thought about this earlier today. I was like, I want to talk about this topic, and you know, this is something how I truly feel. I don't, you know, people say, oh, that's fucking weird or whatever, but I hate the fact that people push positivity so much that they have to be fake about it.
Exactly.
I fucking hate fake positive people. You know what I mean? Oh man, push positivity. I understand push positivity, but if you feel a certain way about something, then fucking speak on it. You know what I mean? And Billy just speaks, you know, as much as times Billy's been attacked and Billy speaks on it, good for fucking him. I'm the same way. If you're going to attack me, motherfucker, I have energy. I'm not that guy who rolls over at night saying, oh, you know, I could go to bed at night. You know, I don't care. I don't care what they say.
And the thing is, like, if you're just fake, you know, at the end of the day, you're the one that's having to deal with
your own insecurities.
Exactly, right? So
you got problems with yourself.
Exactly. So that's why for me, like, when it comes to any type of thing that I do, I always try to, like, you know, just be real. Like when I'm making my videos, I'm having fun. You know, that's why I could easily just post videos about my other reptiles, and which I also love and everything. But really, when it comes down to it, I really love Bearded Dragon. So this year, I kind of like dedicated a lot of my videos towards that. But of course, like mixing it up is always important too. So here now and then, I'll throw in, you know, maybe a ball python video, throw in a green tree python video. But you know, my passion when it comes down to it, like I really love beardies.
The beardies is your thing. That's your foundation.
it's one of the things that I like. I enjoy ball pythons. I enjoy a lot of things, and I have a bunch of different types of reptiles too, right? Like I said, but just beardies have that one thing. So staying true to yourself is very important at the end of the day.
100%. I agree. I totally agree. And now, when you say beardies is your thing, do you breed beardies at all, or are they just you just a collector?
So mostly what initially kind of, my interest was to breed them, but I think now I just like them. I just like having them as pets. The ones that I have, in the past I've thought about breeding them, but breeding puts a lot of stress on them. It's not like ball pythons and any other reptile, even though it does put stress on other reptiles too. It's just with beardies, I find that it takes a lot of more time for them to recover. So it's something that I don't really want to put my beardies. And I think there's so many bearded dragons out there that who really needs another bearded dragon breeder, right? So
yeah. But then how MJ would look at it if I was
just like brand it.
I'm like this, I do have some very unique fucking beardies that listen pretty good. Maybe the listening is a genetic thing, maybe it's like maybe. This is a proven listener.
Here now and then I'll have like maybe a clutch or two of beardies that I'll put up for sale, and they will fly. Like everyone would jump on it, and I don't even have to say what kind of morph they are. I just say, well, it was Wilbur and this one, and they just know the name, and they kind of just like they just want either a baby from the two. And
now is that not planned, or do you plan those clutches, or they just happen when they happen?
Sometimes I plan it because beardies do sometimes show, like any other reptiles, show signs that they want to breed. And sometimes it's a lot better just to get them breeding and let them go through that process. So I kind of like watch the female and see if she, is ready and she's putting on weight and everything. I just say, okay, I'll let them breed and let them do their thing. I'll get a clutch and get her back into recovery mode.
And as far as you have 9 beardies now, right?
Yeah.
How many beardies, like since 5 years ago, how many beardies have you like had and stuff?
Had in total? And that's one of the things that made me back off from breeding beardies is, they have a lot of babies. I think I had 2 clutches and like back to back, and there were 15 each baby. So at one point there was 30 like baby bearded dragons that I needed to feed, and it's a daily thing too. It's not just give them a cricket once a week or give them a meal once a week. It's every single day you have to be on top of feeding, cleaning, as well as giving them their veggies. So it does take a lot of energy just to even be able to maintain 30 beardies or 30 hatchlings, right? So it's something that the breeding of it, it's not so, it doesn't get me excited with the beardies. I just like having them and let them do their thing and make videos about them.
That's cool, man. I respect that. I always respect people who have really cool animals and they just collect them to collect them, like they just it's more that's true passion right there. So that's sick. Now, what about the other stuff that you're starting to get into? Because I've been looking at
your course, being at Mutation Creation, how can you not pick up some really cool ball pythons and go into the whole breeding thing? So this would be my 2nd year breeding ball pythons. I think I had about 9 clutches this year. Might be aiming to 12. So there's been a couple of, I've learned a lot from Mutation Creation, Billy, Austin, all the guys there, as well as being around the ball python community. So picking up little tiny things and just putting the pieces together and figuring out how to breed. It's something that I also enjoy doing, and it's become a bigger passion of mine throughout these 2 years that I've been breeding ball pythons. So I've definitely this year kind of gone a little bit heavy on buying stuff like pieds, clowns, all different kinds of breeders. And I also enjoy just making them, and seeing what other people make is probably the greatest thing too. So
I'm actually looking at some of your stuff on your page right now. You have a lot of videos of some sick pieds and stuff. Are those pieds yours?
So some of them will be mine. If not, they'll be the person who owns it in the description. So some of them would be Billy's, Austin as well. I believe I might have a couple of videos that I posted up, but I do have a couple of things that I picked up throughout, the months of being at Mutation Creation and doing, split clutches with Billy, also doing split clutches with Austin, as well as doing clutches on my own. I actually have like 3 clutches of eggs. I think there's like 20 eggs in the incubator right now of just ball pythons. Yeah. So
what's in there?
So one of them happens to be a pastel bred to a high intensity orange dream Enchi, and I believe it might be possible het pied. The other one is kind of like a secret clutch because I don't really know what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna have to keep that one a little bit more of a secret until to see what fully comes out.
Let's talk about the like possibilities, dog. Like
no, because honestly, I don't even know what exactly is gonna come out. So that's why I don't want to like say exactly until I know for sure that fits in there.
I know what you mean, Doug. That's cool.
Yeah. So
I hope it is what you're shooting for. How about that? And then some.
Yeah, for sure. You'll definitely see me like doing a belly dance on Instagram if I ever do hit like what I think it is.
Billy's dance is a little like kind of hickey, right? It's like kind of like a hit, he's like kind of going all over the place type of thing. Like
I mean, it was the time where he hit the monsoon, right? So he was. I honestly, I don't even know exactly what possessed him. Like he just, just turned into someone that just started dancing out of excitement, right? So
I know what possessed him. Fucking commas in a check and shit and fucking.
Honestly, I think it was just a matter of just hitting that monsoon, right? Like if he was after the money, he would have sold it by now. He still has it in his rack.
No, but right? Billy's longevity. He's not thinking about money on that snake right then and there. He's thinking about 5 years from now and like
what it could produce.
And the groundbreaking shit he that month, like no one else did that, like he's fucking
exactly.
That's pretty fucking legend. And Billy, he's gonna keep doing stuff like that. So
no, for sure.
That's the thing about Billy. Now you said you learned a lot from Billy and whatnot, and especially collecting snakes recently. What was one of the most what was the first thing Billy did that really fucking blew your mind? Like when you he's like, all right, work for me, come to the facility and all that shit. What was it? What was the impactful moment you had with Billy?
Honestly, like it almost seemed like every single day I was learning something new going there, right? And initially, he invited me to come over to record some videos to maybe see if I wanted to edit his videos. At the time, he wanted to start Patreon, which this was 2 years ago, right? That he wanted to start Patreon. But, we kind of went in the direction of starting YouTube, which he already had a YouTube channel and it was already growing. So me being on the team, I was able to, edit a couple videos and kind of just show him the format of what YouTube is like. And even though I'm pretty sure he was doing great. Like his channel was growing, but I guess just being there, I was able to add a little bit more. But the one thing that he did, I guess that just kind of made me like, what was just seeing all the freeways that he was making. Like it was like, I came at around the time, like I think it was around this time where he was just having a clutch after clutch after clutch, which it was almost like every single day it was like something new, right? And he was hitting these freeways that I've never seen in my whole entire life. They looked like lightning, and it was one of those things that I was like, okay, this place is crazy. And just seeing the incubators too, how he had them lined up, it almost seemed like Jurassic Park, right? Like there were so many eggs in the incubator.
It's like the major leagues of breeding. It's like, yeah, go ahead.
And the crazy part is that he's from the same place that I'm from, right? And we just never really crossed paths. And I went to every single expo, so did he. For some reason, at the time, we just never really crossed paths until the CRBE came. That's when Miguel, Brian Barczyk, Justin Kabilka, Aussie boys, they came down to Canada. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's how we kind of met at the CRBE, the dinner afterwards. I didn't even meet Billy at that dinner. And it was through Austin that I met Billy, I guess. Because at the time I was just, talking to Austin at the dinner. And yeah. The next day I got a message from Billy and came by.
Damn, that's crazy, bro. So, yeah. And then I think you're right with the freeways and shit and the highways. And those were like shit that made me get so crazy about wanting to produce that type of stuff because it's kind of like, even now, even the stuff he produces now is still different from other highways and freeways what people are doing. Like they're all intense. They're all like so much other shit going on with them and stuff. So Billy's pretty far ahead of anything when it comes to like the shit that he's working with. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
you're like, you know, if you ever do want to take it there, you know, you could take it there. You know what I mean? You're already there basically. I'm just saying, you know.
I did pick up a couple of things to make freeways as well as on my own. To make crazy clowns as well as some amazing pieds too. So I have put myself in that position where I do want to take, ball python breeding to that level. Maybe not to like mutation creation level, but just have a decent collection where I could like produce a couple amazing things as well, right? So
what's one of the things you're looking to learn more about with ball pythons? If you could pick something.
If I could pick something, would be a lot more, I guess, of the genetics. Like I said, Austin, he's really good at like egg is cut, and he's like, this is this, and I'm like, how? Like the thing is still in the egg. Like, how do you even see that? So
Right.
I guess that's one thing that I really want to get good at. I think when it comes to marketing and social media, and I think I have that down. So
it's the biggest thing.
Yeah, and but when it comes to the actual breeding, I've had a couple clutches on my own, so it's as well a learning curve. But I was able to produce a couple things as well as get a couple things that I'm really happy about. So yeah, it's learning little tiny things from everyone. I think at the end of the day would be my end goal.
Okay, and that's if you're involved as much you're involved now, everything you want to learn that you just said you're gonna start picking up. It's just so much, bro. Like honestly, that's why personally I kind of just backed. Like I came in full force wanting to just do ball pythons, and I really saw like how much fucking. I guess competition, but how much shit's out there and what's being worked with, right?
Yeah.
And there's something popping up, and then there's always a new 20 grand investment on something, and personally, I would never be satisfied with all the shit that people are doing at this point. So I'm like, I just kind of just backed off a little bit because I started focusing on the chondros. I got obsessed with green tree pythons and howdy and things. So, I found ball pythons are my damn foundation. They're never going to go anywhere. And they're still amazing, but I just, instead of working with fucking 20, 30 different projects, I'm focusing just on 10 projects. You know what I mean? Like, just what I'm really, really passionate about. But when you I feel like when you try to spread yourself out too thin and you really want to focus on all these morphs, oh my, good luck. Like your head's gonna fuck off. Like,
no, and I mean, even when it comes to the green tree pythons and all that, like that was something that I also really wanted to get into breeding, and I was listening to a couple podcasts at the time, just even before I even owned the green tree python that I have. And I wanted to also get into the breeding, but it just seems like they're a little bit more trickier. You need to have the right pairing. You have to have the right maybe I'm just doing it wrong, but for me, I just didn't have any success breeding my green tree python. And unfortunately, the male that I had passed away, so I was just left with the one female that I still have right now. So green tree pythons is something that I always wanted to get into, maybe in the future.
Rewind. So you had a male. Let's start back. You have a female right now. For how old is she?
She is about 10 years old right now, or 9 years old.
You've had her for how long?
Probably 4 years.
About 4 years. The male that you said that passed away. How old was that male?
That male was about 4 to 5 years.
And how long did you have that male for?
2 years.
3 years.
2 years. 2 years.
Okay, and you kept these snakes together in the same room, right?
In the same, not in the same enclosure, in the same space, same room, yeah.
Okay.
But they were kind of like distance from each other, so they weren't really like beside each other.
What did the male die of? Honestly,
I don't even know. I think it could have been a regurg, and I think that's just about it.
And so it did regurg.
Yeah, and I think that's what just ended it.
What I'm trying to think of is like, because chondro males are rolling over and stuff like that. Like, not that it was carrying anything crazy, but it potentially could have died of like, it did have a respiratory infection or anything like that. Did it ever give you any respiratories or anything like that?
And the thing is, like, I even bought it from a breeder, and bought it from a breeder. The breeder told me it was a proven breeder. So for me, I trusted it, right? And I had this, the green tree python for quite some time now. And yeah, one thing, I don't know, maybe it could have been the size of the rat or anything, right, that caused it to regurge. And I guess
regurge doesn't really mean like I've had snakes regurge on me.
no, honestly, same. I've had snakes regurge, but the thing about green tree pythons that I've learned is that they're really good at hiding their illness, right? So if they do carry a parasite, or if they carry something, you know, one day to the next, they could just drop, right? So it could have carried something, but I did have it for quite some time, so it's one of those things.
If you had it for that long, it wasn't a parasite. I could tell you that right now.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't an import, it wasn't a parasite. I could tell you that right now. So, but I just want to make sure your female's good. How long ago was it since your male died?
Oh no, this was a while back. This was maybe 4 years ago or 3 years ago. Like it was a while back.
And the female, go ahead.
You know, the female's fine. Yeah.
So you've had her this entire time?
Yeah, but that's why for me, I haven't really looked into breeding. That kind of discouraged me to you know, and plus green tree pythons are not cheap here in Canada anyways. They're not that cheap, right? Especially if you really want to get a nice one that's captive bred and everything, they're not that cheap. So that kind of discouraged me, and you know, I mostly just enjoy having them or enjoy having her. So that's really what I have her as right now.
Yeah, man. I just inquired a Greg Maxwell green tree python that's probably around the age of 21. So they live pretty old, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is awesome. So that snake you have could easily go another 10 years.
Exactly. And honestly, they don't even do much. Like the one I have, she just
they're chilling. Females don't move.
They just chill on a stick and that's it.
Yeah,
like, I swear she's been like that for the longest I've had her. She hasn't moved from that stick. I have multiple other sticks there. Doesn't move. Eats, that's about it. Drinks water, and that's about it.
Typically know of the behavior, male or female, because males don't, at night they're all over the place. Females, they go for water and they go from heat to cold, and that's it. They don't fucking move. So
yeah,
that's cool, man. I'm glad. I thought that was really neat seeing that you're into chondros, because it's kind of like, you know, like you said, a lot of people either had bad experiences with them or they're just not into them. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, just chondros could really ruin people's lives and be heartbreaking. And that's what you have to accept at the end of the day. So, you know, everyone has to go through it. So
it's one of those things that, you have to, you know, either stick with it or maybe take a step back. You know, for me, I've taken a step back from, you know, pursuing and trying to breed them. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to come back. Like, you know, maybe next year you see me with like
great
5, just exactly, right? Like,
so a lot of people get in their heads and they want to rush it and they go, oh, fuck, I gotta do this.
No.
Like, I'm gonna, bro, there's things like, listen, people are breeding, there's people out there where shit's gonna be available. You know what I mean? Just
exactly.
It's all when the stars align. That's all I gotta say. Like, you know, snake gods align shit for you, and some things are meant to fall in your lap, some things aren't meant to fall in your lap.
Exactly, and you could take everything as a learning thing too, right? So if something happens, and this could go with anything, it doesn't always have to be the end of the world.
No, losses turn into wins. I say this all the time.
Yeah.
If you take a heavy loss, suck it up, put your chin up, and get ready for the big win. That's all you got to do.
Exactly.
And it
always turns out like that too. There's always something that happens before that big win too. And I guess it's that maybe motivation that you get right after, you know, taking that big loss, that you want to continue, or, you know, take a step back and then continue later on. But there's always that comeback, I guess, when it comes to
it's going to be something to check your ass too. Like you got to get
checked. No, for sure.
Like, you know, I got checked pretty hard. I talked about losing my mangrove that escaped. I had a really nice mangrove that escaped, and I was just talking to my wife. I'm like, you know what, we've had a good year. Fucking nothing's gotten out, blah blah blah. And as soon as I said that, bro, fuck, chingado, man, fuck, boom,
jeez,
dipped out.
Is that the only mangrove you had, or?
I got 4 of them. I had 5, but now that was my second biggest female that had barely any yellow on her. She was like a reduced pattern mangrove, almost all black. Oh man, it was a bummer, bro. But I upgraded her enclosure, and then I noticed there was one little way that she could have pushed out, and she did. And fucking, you know, she didn't leave the trap, but I found her dead in the walls, basically in the trap. So charge it to the game, I say. That's all you can do, bro. Charge it to the game.
No, honestly, that's, you know, it's unfortunate when things happen, especially when, you know, it's one of those things that you really, really hold close.
Oh yeah,
you know?
man.
It's like
I was close to Like I was, I got it pretty small from Dan Mori at DM Exotics. Shout out to Dan. And people, I see mangroves, and I don't know if people just piss off mangroves to get fucking sick footage. I don't do that to my mangroves. I do everything I can to fucking let them be chill. But nothing against anyone who fucking puts their hand in their face and want to get them all pissed. I don't want to instill that sort of fucking behavior or experience. At the end of the day, none of us know how much snakes remember. Or is
exactly.
I don't know. I don't give a fuck what science says, but I'm just saying we don't really know what they recall. I feel like some of my snakes pay attention, and some of them know, things that you do that they don't like and don't like. I think I could be an overthinker. I don't know, but I try to just be chill with my mangroves, and I try to make sure, I take them out without getting struck or anything. And a lot of them are amazing. And that black one I lost was one of the most docile ones I had. I could fucking go like this to its head. So it's unfortunate, man, but that doesn't stop the mangrove game at the trap. Trap mangrove game ain't going anywhere. It's just, we're just one female down.
Yeah. No, honestly, there's so many snakes out there and so many reptiles too that I wish I could just get. It almost seems like every single time the list just gets bigger and bigger, and mangroves have definitely been something that I've always had like my eye for. I haven't seen many, pop up here in Canada for sale, but then again, I'm really not looking, so there probably is hundreds, but when that time comes, one day, hopefully I could own one and just have it.
Easily, bro. Listen, what you're talking about is passion I'm working to do breeding wise, and my passion is going to be an accomplishment, and that means I'm going to get you these snakes. So you're good. You're in good hands.
Yeah, right? No, for sure. Even if it means buying it off of you, like that would be sick.
Listen, we don't buy, we just figure things out. You know what I mean? We'll figure. Listen, you got plenty of. You got plenty of editing skills that I could use you for like a year.
We'll figure things exactly. We'll figure things out.
Hella, bro. Now going back to, I think it was okay. I know who said it on the podcast. You met Billy through Miguel or something like that. Did Miguel introduce you to Billy? Or let's talk about that real quick.
Man, honestly, like that whole story is just like being at the right place, right time. Knowing the right people, that type of thing. Around that time, the CRBE, which happens to be Canada's largest reptile expo, usually happens in September. Miguel, Brian Barczyk, Justin Kabilka, Aussie Boys, Brian Cusco, even Forrest, they were all coming down to Canada. Yeah. And, there's other breeders also coming up to meet up. And I'm pretty sure Billy was the one who invited them to come down, or they just wanted to come down.
Yeah.
And for me, I was just going to the show, just the typical show, like normally, right? Yeah. But, Miguel hit me up and was like, hey, man, like, it would be really awesome to meet you. In the past, I've also met Brian Barczyk, too. So, him being there was also pretty cool. Just the Kabilka being there. All those other guys, like, it was cool. Miguel was like, hey, like, all these guys are coming down, like you should come and meet up. So that's exactly what I did. I went there. At the time, I never met Billy. Even though, like I said, we were at the same shows almost every single time. I guess, for me, I was just in and out, and he was also managing the booth too. So we just never really crossed paths. But yeah, they invited me to come down to dinner, and that's when I met Austin. And I guess because we were at the same table eating, and that kind of just like.
And dude, you got an invitation to the round table.
Yeah, basically, that kind of just like put me right in that right position, and I got to talk to amazing breeders that night, and it was awesome. And I guess it was like history ever since. Because like, Billy later on was like, "Hey, you should come down to the facility." I vlogged it, and he was like, "Yeah, you should. If you want, I'm making videos. If you want, you could edit them." And it's been like that ever since. Been there for like 2 years now, which is crazy.
What do you think? What do you think Billy thought when he, his first impression of you? What do you think it was?
I don't know. It was probably like, this guy's crazy, or I don't know.
Well, let's ask him. Let's ask him. Billy. Hi, Billy.
What's going on?
Thanks for joining, doggy.
Yeah, oh, he's at the podcast.
Yeah.
The maple leaf in the background. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
he's
trying.
Billy from Mutation Creations, man. Thank you so much for joining. I got your boy here, Lord. Fucking,
I'm wearing the shirt.
What an amazing guy. Dog, Billy. What an amazing fucking character this guy is, bro. Jesus.
Oh, Christ. Don't have to tell me twice.
Dude, Billy, I wanted you to come on real quick, and I wanted you to kind of like, you've been working side by side with him for quite some time, and I want us to know exactly how you see Lord, or what it is that you got to say, period, about this guy.
Oh, I mean, where do I start? The funny thing is when I first met him, I never knew who he was. And it was Miguel and Brian, and they're all like, "Man, where's Lord Elion?" I'm like, "Who? Lord Elion?" And I'm like, "I don't know who that is." So then I guess they found him at the CRBE, and then they asked, like, "Hey, can we invite them to your dinner?" I'm like, "Sure." And then I started getting to know them briefly, but I was sort of hosting and running around and doing whatever I was doing. Yeah, whatever I do. Yeah. And then, hey, Brian Cusco. 2 years. Good Lord, the time flies by. Sure does. And I'm like, hey, you know what? Everybody's like hyping this guy up, and like everybody wants to see him. So I just, went on YouTube, typed in Lord Elion. It took me a while to spell it right to find it, and because I never knew anything about him. Just everybody was like, hey man, who is this guy? You got to see him. Oh, I love his videos. So I'm like, well, shit, I better watch. And I did. I was like, this guy's awesome. Yeah. Some shit that he did, and I'm just like, wow, man, like this guy's editing was next level. And every time he would go like, like this,
transition.
The transition, and
I like that too.
That's like the typical YouTube transition.
Well, I mean, from where I was on YouTube doing my videos before I met you,
Billy was doing this.
Shit, yeah. And then I just watched it, and I'm like, wow. And then I'm, trying to find out where he is, and he's like, oh shit, he's only like half an hour away. And then I just reached out to him. I'm like, hey, I'd love to have you come by the facility, check it out. And I want to talk to you about some stuff. And we basically, came to sort of an understanding. And then when he came to the facility, it was almost like he had a bond with Austin, and they became friends. And I don't even know how you started, coming over, and it's like, yeah, helping Austin out, and then all of a sudden now he's working full time.
Yeah, it's nuts.
How that happened. I don't even think we had a conversation. It's like, how the fuck you working here now?
I just enjoyed going there, right? So I kind of like showed up, and he'll give me, videos to edit and stuff. But for me, I don't know. I just like being there, and I guess like over the time, I just ended up working there. It's like squeeze my way in there.
I'll say this though, bro. There's no other page being ran like yours, Billy, where you're not even the one fucking really putting out the stories. It's these fuckers that are just killing it for you, bro. Like with the cup toss, and like like there'll be things where you're like, you just show a video clip of like you have your cameras that you get all that footage on your phone where you can see what's going on at your facility, and like you usually see them fucking doing cup toss.
No, he has cameras all around.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, some of the shit I check in on, I'm just like, you know what? What's going on? I haven't heard from them. And I just look, I'm like, what the hell? Like some of the things. Yeah.
For you personally, Billy, how has it changed your day-to-day with the Snakes having Lord and Austin as a part of your team now? Like has it like
huge difference.
Right.
Beforehand, it was always like, even getting to the point up to about, say, 5 years ago, it was just myself or, me and my girlfriend at the time or what have you. And then a few other people would come sort of hang out and give me a hand. And I guess Austin, it's been about, I don't know, it's like almost like 3 or 4 years now. It's fucking time's flying.
Yeah.
And ever since he's been there, it's more like, okay, I can talk to him about my ideas and, hey, what do you think? Or, hey, come take a look at this. It got more to where, there's so many keepers out there that, probably watching right now that everything they do, it's almost like you do it by yourself, unless you have a spouse or kids that are involved, it's great. But there's so many people, they don't understand what we're doing. They're just like, you know what? Don't be long downstairs, or, are you going to, spend some time with the family tonight? They just don't understand how much time and passion. I'd rather be in my snake room and
living your dream, bro.
Yeah. But it's almost like when Austin came in and, it was that extra person to talk to. And then you could, you know, when we started egg cutting, you were, you know, you could high five and jump around together and go, holy shit, is that really it? And you get somebody else's perspective. You know, and then Lord came apart, and it's just, you know, it's almost like, I don't know, it's like seamless. You know, we find stuff, we'll video something, somebody will come up with an idea. We're always doing something. But it's almost like day-to-day basis. Like if I went to the shop and they weren't there, it's strange. Like when they were away for 3 or 4 days, it's just strange because, you know, I can't yell at anybody. I can't. Why isn't this done? You know, so you know, I need them around so I can bitch. You know, but no, it's just great to have them there because it's without them I couldn't be at the level I'm at, and it's great to have the team, and he's, you know, he just came on just for videos, you know, because that was something that I couldn't do, and I loved what he was doing, and I'm like, I want to start doing more, but mine suck, you know, can you help me out? And I don't have the time to learn because I'm just, you know, trying to get bigger and bigger and do my own thing. And I just didn't want to take on another project. And at the time, Jordan was over at Mutation Creation, and the stuff that he was doing, and he's like, holy shit, I spent like 5 hours last night editing my video to get 20 minutes. I'm like, what? 5 hours? Oh, dude, it's not easy. I'm like, fuck this. Lord, come on in, man. I'm not spending 5 hours a night, you know, trying to do a video or doing this or so.
This
that's the thing. Like I enjoy that part of editing, right? Like the whole creative aspect of it. You know, putting in the time and then seeing, you know, the end result. You know, and now that we have like a good structure of like how, you know, we're able to just pump out videos, and you know, Billy, I think at the time when I met him, he was like, oh, I don't think I'm gonna do daily videos, and now he's doing daily videos. Like,
oh yeah,
like, he could probably even post double like daily every single day, just 2 videos a day. So it's not seeing like the growth. Yeah.
Well, one of the main reasons I wanted to come on and just say hi is sort of also tell you what the fuck you doing on here now, man. You should be editing videos.
But that's the thing. Like I already pre-scheduled a lot of them. So
dude, they did. Hey, did you see how many have like for what the next week or so, bro? How many videos do you have?
I think there's like
11
at the time. Yeah, there was 11 already scheduled.
So now
his own, like not only mine, he's doing his own, and he's bagging out like a video a day. Like he's a monster.
I try to post, you know, daily on my channel, you know, as well as maybe give some pointers to Austin. You know, even his channel, he's posting daily too. So everyone's just posting daily and just keeping that grind going, and we kind of feed on each other's energy. And yeah.
I'm always learning something too, or I see something on Lords or somebody else is like, oh my God, that's cool. How do we do it? You know, I don't want to do it the same, but let's change it up. And there's tons of content we have. It's just trying to get it out there. And I mean, I like the new way we're doing it, where we can sort of, you know, get it a week or two. I like to get almost 2 or 3 weeks in advance shooting, so that we can concentrate more on the other stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, it's there's so much content in front of you, you don't even realize. And we're sort of coming up with new stuff now. It's like, oh shit, like we could do, like, say for example, you wanted to do a video a week.
Yeah.
Okay. So you need, say, 50 weeks, because the other 2 you're not going to do, or, you know, just make it easy at 50. You could just do one thing and change it up and shoot that in 2 or 3 weeks and have a whole year of one a week videos.
Yeah. Or my favorite part is to do part 1, part 2, part 3, kind of like the same video, but just kind of switch it up too, right?
Yeah,
and so many things.
Another good thing, another reason why I'm getting so much more is I'm getting, you know, outside source information that sort of helping me and guiding me. And before,
I'm gonna use the restroom. You guys keep going. Just keep talking.
And it's like with Lord here, he'd be like, you know, what are we shooting today? Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. And I didn't care. I just like, let's just make it long, make it big. Like, let's just throw everything on, you know, in like a jambalaya. Let's just keep throwing it all together and shoot, you know. And some of our videos are 38 minutes, 45 minutes. Like, they're just all over the place. And now we're trying to segment them where it's smaller videos, but more, you know, educational. And I think it's easier for you to edit.
No, I think it's way easier like, to edit videos in that way, where they're kind of like point and shoot. This is how you're supposed to do it, like, and it's kind of like it's not the same video every single day, but it is very similar format that you're able to follow, and yeah, you're able to pump out so many videos like that.
And I think the Austin cam helped too.
Yeah,
Different angles, and people can see that I'm just not nuts when I'm looking weird in the camera. Like, what's Billy looking at? Austin doing?
It brings a different angle to the channel and to the video too, having two different cameras. So it is a good.
It brings a whole different vibe too. Like it's like almost like a fucking movie shit. Like it's like. Wait, was the collab with the Coco Block scenes on the alley and the Beamer? Remember you rolled up? Was that was your guys' collab, right? You guys did a music video sort of like that?
That was Austin.
That was Austin
Austin pulling up.
Billy had his hoodie on. He's like looking for fucking Coco, all fucking. Well, fuck, Billy. Thank you so much, man. You're really a real one. Everyone's fucking all stoked that you're here and shit.
Cool. I had to pop on and say hi, man. Support the Lord here.
What's your exit words for Lord, if you don't mind, bro? What do you got to say to Lord before you dip?
Oh man, there's nothing really for me to say, man. He's just young and he's before he became part of Mutation Creation, he was fucking killing it already, man. Like I'm chasing his footsteps. He's got like 80. What you almost at 80,000?
Almost 80,000, 77, I think.
So he's almost double me, man. I'm always gonna be chasing him, but it's great because it's. I mean, I'm just sort of giving him a more, I guess,
opportunity.
To hone his skills. And I mean,
for sure you are.
And the things he's done just from Mutation Creation and being a part of it, like I'm really excited to see where we're going now, especially with the new facility and I don't know, man. I think it's going to be awesome. And
it's
always
gonna be sick.
Thing, and we've done some things like when we went down to Montreal together, and I hope next year when COVID shit's gone, me, Lord, and Elion can me, Lord, and Elion. Jeez,
I get to go twice.
Lord and Austin. Jesus, wow. We can travel. We can, I'm hoping we can go to like a ham show and just meet everybody and be there as a team instead of just me from Mutation Creation, because I know there's so many other people that love to meet Lord. I mean, I've seen him at expos and he gets more love than me most of the time. He's got a huge fan base and there's tons of Reptile and Snake, and he's got chameleons and scorpions. I mean, he's into all different types of things, and he's got a huge following, which is awesome. So I mean, if all three of us can go in one place, and I think it'd be phenomenal for us as well as the people that support us and want to meet with us.
Well, I can't wait to see what the future holds for you and the team, Billy. So thanks for coming in, doggy. I appreciate you so much.
Be good, man. I'll keep on for a while and watch.
Billy Rowe, Mutation Creations, everybody.
Later, later, my man.
See it.
What a player.
I know, it's like I said, it's amazing, being able to work with Billy, learn off of him, as well as just kind of combine the two, as well as have Austin give us pointers as well. It's a really good team, and I think it's very important if you're gonna grow something to have that kind of support team around you, have that family as well to kind of guide you into the right directions. And Billy's really successful at what he does. Why not combine the two?
And sorry, that was strong. What the cool thing about Billy, as much as experience as he has, he's still learning from you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what's exciting him and getting him moving. He could be a fucking complete cock with the experience he has and just, refuse to want to learn shit. But he's not like that. He's not like that at all. So that's why this is such a good fucking trio. What's going on is because it's like you guys are feeding into each other's base of learning knowledge and shit like that. And I, like I said, I wanted to hear from Billy on how it's changed his day to day, and he's doing even more now. It's not that his life got like where he could be more lazy. Now he's actually able to put more videos. Like it's more of it. You know what I mean?
And I mean, and that's what I mean too, right? Like you're able to, from there grow, bring more people on, and just continue growing. And I think, Mutation Creation in a couple years, who knows what that's going to look like. But in just a couple years that I've been there, I've seen it grow from where it is to now moving to bigger facility is like insane.
Lord, you
Right?
want to do me a favor real quick?
Yeah, what's up?
Tell the fool to send me a shirt.
Who, mutate Billy?
Tell him to give me a black shirt already, dog. I would have been worn it like 4 times on a podcast already if you just would have sent it to me.
I'm pretty sure we could arrange something.
Yeah, I know he's busy. We all, you know.
Yeah, I'll ship it. I'll be like, you know what? Let me ship it.
Hey, speaking of shipping, who's in charge of all the sticker I know Billy has OCD, but is he the one doing all the fucking stickers and the labels and boxing? Like that is
from what
shipping area? Like there's a shipping area, right?
Yeah,
like boxes and shit. But there's like he has literally rows of stickers. And
no, that's all him. That's his desk. That's all.
Dude, that's I was like, God damn it! I love that organization.
That's the one thing about that. The facility and everything is that everything is organized. We have methods of if the snake didn't eat, it might be upside down. If there's a rat in there, it'll be sideways. If there's a male in with the female, it'll be upright. So
systematic.
If it's dirty, it's like there's so many little tiny things, and he definitely notices the littlest things. If you misplace something, he's definitely gonna notice it. So that's the one thing I like is the organization of everything, and it's definitely made me improve a lot on my reptile keeping as well as how I run different types of things. I like being organized as well. So when it comes to my videos, I like having them organized where I can upload them on a consistent basis as well as have his videos uploaded too. So that's what it really comes down to, just organization, right?
And I know what you mean by that because I literally see how like your shit's like clockwork every time. I don't see you miss a step in any of the shit that you edit, bro. Like if anything, you might there might be even something cooler, but I don't feel like you ever like some fools have sick videos, but it's not always sick. Like there's time you can almost see them where they're lagging or they did something lazy. You know what I mean? And and when in work, I feel like you would never let that happen because you're just like, you know what I mean? Like I'm sure you're always trying to improve each video, or something like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's times where maybe I take a step back with, all the fancy, editing that I could do. But when it's time to kick it up, like I'll put something together. And those videos usually take more time, right? So it really does take a lot of time to be able to piece something like a montage or something of it. But if something inspires me, it could be anything very simple. I'll put it together. Even if it means me creating a song or rapping or whatever, like I'll try my best to do it, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, since we're talking about rapping and the artists is that I'm sure you had a label, right? That one of your biggest artists is rest in peace, Bibby. Bibby, she was signed to your label. She was a star, man. Let's talk about her. Let's talk about
honestly, yeah. Like for me, BB was one of those bearded dragons that just was something different. I don't even know what it was, but she was just different. She was different in the sense of her personality. She was very docile, but at the same time, she was also very dominant. She was also one of my bigger bearded dragons, one of my older ones too. So yeah, it was one of those things that I just connected with her. And when it came down to it, making videos with her, she just was the star of it. And she was able to just like pump out things. And yeah, that's one of the videos.
It's pretty ball, bro.
Yeah. She was able to just each time I put a video up, she was just the star of it, and she just easily took over. And I think at the end, it's unfortunate she passed, but I think that time, her time came, and I think she definitely impacted the world in a way where I don't know any other bearded dragon that kind of has done it like her, right? So she's gonna live on a legend, right?
I broke my sister's heart because she got a bearded dragon, and I literally clowned because she thought it was the sickest bearded dragon. I was like, yeah, right. And I showed her BB, and she was like, oh man. I was like, this is the sickest bearded dragon. But I know how much you love this fucking bearded bro, and you listen. She lives a good life. You had her for how long? How old was she when she passed?
She was 6, about to turn 7 or turning 7.
Is that a good age for a bearded, or how long are they supposed to live, or what's the deal?
Yeah, honestly, I think maybe the type of morph might have been something to it, because talking to other people, she was a hypotranslucent, and sometimes they're not the strongest morph, so that could have been something that played in, why her life wasn't as long as they normally live. But yeah, they normally live like 10 plus years,
Right.
and especially in captivity, especially if you're spoiling them like how I do with my dragons, they should live that long. But there's each animal is different, right? So
Exactly. And they're
yeah,
animals, bro. At the end of the day, they're animals.
exactly. They're living creatures.
Yeah, bro. You can't predict anything. I think somebody so Matt Byram, the guy, we had Matt Byram on before you.
Yeah.
And he got so lucky and produced a fucking sunset clown, right?
Yeah.
And everyone, he sold it. He fucking just sold it. And everyone busted his balls about fucking why the hell did you sell it? Why the hell did you sell it? And his fucking mentality is like, I think he'll fucking die tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, how do we know? You know what I mean? He's like, he's like, sell it, you can make it again. He's like, if you're that sick, you can make it again. And I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, dude, that's I got rid of like 6 holdbacks that I really was supposed to keep, but I got married. Are cheap. Everyone knows weddings are cheap. So I was like, I had to let go of some holdbacks. But the reason why I let go, I was like, you know what? I can fucking make this shit again. It just, that's the mentality. So, yeah, man, that's just the way it is sometimes, bro.
Yeah, and I mean, like for him, he might have just like wanted to sell it, and it might have helped him, push other projects. Might not have been something that maybe not something that he wanted to get into at the time, or who knows, but.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to do the right thing and move on, I guess.
Talk about getting into things. What is some projects that you see Billy working with that you're like that's a dream to me. Like I want to fucking get into that.
There's a few, but it has to be the monsoon stuff is definitely something that I think in the next couple of maybe even months, because he does have a couple clutches in the incubator, but. Definitely, something that I think would, just be insane. I think it would break the internet where, whatever he produces would be something that I don't think anyone else is producing or in the works of. And he has it in multiple different things. So it would definitely be interesting to see, Mutation Creation produce a couple of monsoons that no one has ever seen. And it would be insane.
Yeah, I can only imagine because the monsoons are something that it's yet to be fucking thrown in people's faces yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like on a heavy level. And if anyone's going to do it, it's going to be Billy. And you're saying he has clutches this year, right? So it's going to be happening soon.
Yeah, I think this year, maybe a lot of things he's proving them out, right? Because it's been in his collection for a couple of years now. Okay. And I think discovering it last year was one of those things where he's like, okay, I do actually have it in my collection. And now I'm able to, maybe figure out where what other snakes might have it. So this year maybe is more figuring where it is, but once he knows, it's game over from there. I think it's just a matter of time of producing some amazing animals.
Now, this is also something hard to predict, but I'm sure it crosses somebody's mind or cross somebody who's big at this point in mind. But do you ever see yourself getting to like a point where Billy's at with production wise? Like, do you ever feel like you could do that, at that level?
I mean, I do have a couple of ball pythons that, are pushing projects like that. And like I said, being at Mutation Creation, how can you not, pick up amazing animals as well, right? So last year I picked up a few females that I'm really excited for coming up in the next couple of years to be able to produce some, ball pythons, as well as this year I was able to produce some as well. So I don't know about reaching to that level where he has that many animals, but I do want to have a really sick, ball python collection of like producing some really quality, ball pythons. It could be a couple of racks. It could be, a couple of just breeder animals that I just focus on, right? And I think I really do have a couple of morphs that I'm really excited about, like Pied, Clown, Ultramel, Enhancer, blending them all together. So it'll definitely be something to, look forward into the future.
That Ultramel is no joke, huh?
No, and that's one of the things that, I went kind of heavy on as well with Austin too, right? We kind of picked up a couple Ultramels, we're doing a couple projects, and I think Ultramel is really gonna, change a lot of people's, perspective when it comes to it. And maybe it's something that people are sleeping on, but we're not sleeping on it.
I mean, you got to be fucking sleeping you got to be living under a rock if you're sleeping on Ultramel at this point, because there's, there's people who aren't even known for ball pythons who breed ultra males, and they're known just because they got those nice ultra males. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
If you're really like, if you fuck with ultra male as a project, bro, and like with the clown stuff going on in it, oh my god, that's longevity all day right there. It's just like, maybe you're right, not enough people are opened up to it yet, but they're about to learn eventually. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean there's so many projects out there, right? And some people, they just chase the the projects that people post, and they don't try to do other things with it. And for me, I kind of like having those, and I also learned from Billy, to try different things. Don't always just chase projects. And with the ultra male, that's something that we're kind of doing with Austin and I, and with other things too. We're just kind of putting it into different types of things, and hoping to see what it produces.
I don't want to get all corny and shit, but the projects start here. Like the projects start with like what you see,
exactly,
feels. That should be a project. It's not really fucking chasing someone else's feelings. You know what I mean? And I think like a lot of people try to chase what people have already been trying to chase, and what they're already involved in that. You know what I mean? So, but to each their own too. There's people who've done other versions of what people done. They've done it better. So you know what I mean? Like, but just like you said, it's right here. I mean, just follow with what you feel is necessary, and what you have in your mind. Longevity. I don't know why people sometimes post like they won't have anything like, they'll have something. Okay, watch. So they'll have a clutch. Okay, and it was like a het to visual, and they didn't get any visuals, but there's some nice hets in there, right?
Yeah.
They asked the people if they should hold on to a female or not. Why shouldn't you hold on to a female? If you're looking to proceed that project, it should be a no-brainer, right? As far as if you want to keep that project longevity wise. But just because you didn't hit a visual doesn't mean you should sell out that whole clutch. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that's one of the way I think about it. If you're in something, you should be in it for the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years.
Yeah, and that I've learned a lot from breeding ball pythons, as well as keeping reptiles, as well as having a YouTube channel and growing it from literally zero, right? Yeah. It's all about that. It's being passionate about it, is fine tuning it and doing it for the long term. Don't just start something, give up the next year, because you never know what if you just stick to it, stay consistent, you never know what you can make out of it. Yeah. And I've seen people start YouTube channels and just stop because they set too high expectations. Yeah, they want fucking subscribers, And what's crazy is like I'm starting to see people who've been established in their breeding game, but now they're like, okay, I'm gonna do my YouTube channel, and they're literally expecting to fucking be getting a check, like already a check within like not even 1,000 subscribers, and I'm like, bro, what? Like, are you for real? That's what I mean. It's one of those things where you have to work, you have to put in the work, and it's not as easy as everyone makes it seem, right? Right. And for me, I think maybe when I started, I had that kind of mindset of, I need to get subscribers, I need to get likes, I need to get views. But now I think it's more about like helping people. I really enjoy, everyone who messages me and is like, hey, like, because of you, I got my first reptile. Like, that is what drives me, right? Of course, the paycheck could be a little bit fun and, to do more stuff. But for me, everything that I make goes back into my animals, goes back into, either husbandry or getting cool, things, and just continue growing, right? So that's what really comes down to is, being passionate about it and just keep growing.
Yeah, man, you said it, bro, because, obviously that's the mentality when you start anything is you want to see some sort of progress. But at the end of the day, like, it's doing something just because you're doing it for the right reason, not because you're getting gains off of it, because that's like staring at a fucking pot of water waiting for it to get hot. You know what I mean? You're just it's just like, what are you doing? Like, just go walk away, and then that pot's going to be hot at some point. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, that's...
Some people don't even turn on the stove sometimes. They just put the water there, and they just like...
All right, well, I'll be back.
They don't even turn on the stove. Like, you need to put in the work, like actually turn it on,
turn
and
the
like
fucking thing on. And you got to turn up to at least level 8. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Or if it's a fucking gas fucking stove, then turn it on, motherfucker. That's
exactly. And like I said, it's to each their own, right? Like, go at your own pace when it comes to growing anything.
Right.
But fine tuning it and just continue growing. That's number one thing that I've learned from just anything that I've ever done was just keep going.
That's it, bro. Because no matter what, life's gonna keep going. If you stop, life's gonna progress forward without you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then you're just gonna get left behind, and there's gonna be motherfuckers like Lord over here he's already been trucking. You know what I mean? So I could say right now, Lord, one of the biggest reasons why I wanted you on the show is not only because you're a sick ass motherfucker, but things you're doing are inspiring, bro. And I know I'm not the only one who's inspired because we've had 60 people watching this shit the entire time. Shouts to all the viewers. But man, I'm saying you're as far as giving back, bro, just by the content you're putting out, by being on this podcast, that's giving back. And we man, I know I appreciate the living shit out of it. So
yeah.
It's just amazing stuff, bro. I mean, the future is only bright for you and the team over at Mutation Creations, Austin. I do want to talk about something real quick. I don't want to bring up old stuff. I know you're affiliated with some crazy shit back in the day. There was a Chancla gang that you were like the boss of, and I don't know if you did some time or you went away for a little bit, but what's up with that? Are you still riding Crocs to the death, or what's going on?
I mean, I'm wearing them right now, and I still have like a whole bunch of like.
Once a banger, always a banger.
Exactly. I don't know. For me, it's always been a thing to like just always have, and I think the reason why I even made it a thing in my channel is because someone pointed it out. Right? Someone, just a hater, just like put it in the comment section, and that kind of just like got to me. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make almost every single video from that and just highlight them, and it just kind of became a thing. I even have Crocs for my beardies too. Like, it's like,
yeah, I saw those.
Yeah.
Wait, did they already sell those, or are those a thing? What's going on with those?
No, it was something that someone made and then just sent it to me. So I was like, okay, I'll just keep them.
Get the production on those, bro.
Yeah.
Those could go viral, man.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like, it's those things where it just became my thing to like always have Crocs. And you could ask Billy, you could ask Austin. I wear them every single day. I wear them to the Mutation Creation. I wear them to the store. I just find them comfortable. I just like them. Yeah. So Crocs, if you're watching, like, sponsor me. Like,
yeah, for real.
It's a matter of time.
Yes, hey, send the check, write the contract, get this full signed already. He hella put you guys on for a minute.
I know. I honestly, I started wearing Crocs, and no one was wearing them. Like, I didn't see anyone.
Cool, Don, until I saw you rocking them. I said it, bro. I'm telling you right now. I don't have Crocs, but I'm just saying, bro. You did make them seem like, okay, all right, maybe I should fuss with them a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like, people were wearing them, but I think they were going bankrupt at the time when like I started just like buying them and stuff.
Oh,
and, I mean,
are you really saying you saved them?
I don't know. I think after that, I've seen other rappers start making it. I'm like, who knows? Who knows?
For real.
It might be throwing a long shot, but I did see a big comeback after like I started posting them. But then again, it could have been so many other things. But I like to say that I put them back on, but who knows?
Something happened. There was some sort of YouTube or some sort of movement. Like I said, I think you're right. But hey, listen, shout to Crocs. At least they're still around because
for sure. Yeah.
Lord, right? We wrap things up with the fucking series of hot seat questions. Are you ready for this?
For sure. Let's do it.
All right. Let's see what we got. Let's see what you got. Hot seat question time for Lord. Let's see where the fuck they go. I should already remember these by now. All right, Lord. So this is just kind of preference questions, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you ready? So you prefer a frozen thawed or live?
To feed like snakes?
Frozen thawed or live?
I'll go with frozen thawed.
Egg cutter or no cut?
I go egg cutting.
Day 45 or day 60?
Depends.
It's a little early, little late. Which one?
Honestly, it all depends on the egg. I think that's the right answer.
No,
I don't like cutting too early. I don't like. Okay,
but you're okay.
I'll say.
Can I say something? I'll help you out on this. It's better to cut too early than to cut too late. That's all I got to say.
No, it is true.
So 45 or 60.
So if I had to choose, it would be day 45.
All right.
But if the egg is not dimpling and it's not showing signs, and then just wait. Just wait a couple more days.
All right. Big flexor or no flexor?
Big flexor.
Thank you. I knew you were. Let's see. Hockey or football?
Oh, because I'm Canadian, I'm gonna have to pick hockey.
All right. I think Billy would have been pissed if you said football. Steak or fish?
Steak.
Nirvana or Green Day?
Nirvana.
Nice. West Coast rap or East Coast rap?
Ooh, I'm gonna have to pay probably West Coast.
All right. I feel that.
Yeah.
All right. So, little word association. First thing to come to mind. You ready?
All right.
Ready?
Yep.
Milk.
Cookies.
Cocoa.
Block.
Stuck shed.
Snakes.
Fat snake.
Obese. I don't know.
Instagram trolls.
Austin.
Nice.
He's the biggest troll.
One has to go. Instagram or Facebook?
Sorry, Facebook, but Instagram is just my thing, and then
Instagram for the win.
Facebook has to go.
Bro, there you go. That's fucking all the hot seat questions for you, Lord. Bro, this has been an amazing time. Like I said, man, you're somebody who's been inspiring not only myself, but people who've been following you, people who are watching this podcast right now. So, like I said, you being here means a shit ton to me and the Trap family. So thank you so much, my man. You have no idea. Before we do let you go, anyone who's been watching this, anyone who's inspiring to do video editing, snake keeping, anything like that, bro, and even to your fans, what the fuck you got to say to them, bro?
Just keep pushing. Just keep, pick something that you like, that you're passionate for, and don't let anyone tell you can't do it, because, at the end of the day, anything that you put your mind to it, and you just keep dedicated and stay consistent, you're gonna definitely achieve amazing things. So I really appreciate everyone who's been supporting the channel, as well as Mutation Creation, as well as MJ. I'm really happy to be on the show. So
sick.
Everyone just keep going, man. You guys are, everyone in the comment section, everyone's like, I'm planning on getting a jet. I don't know if you're on the maybe in the future. That's
jet life,
like,
for real?
Like an actual jet. Yeah. And that's what I think everyone.
Crazy?
Yeah, like one day we're gonna own a jet.
I believe it.
And I think it's that jet mentality, and that's why everyone's like putting in like jet life and in the comment section. So, man, it's the jet mentality that I think you need to have when it comes to succeeding in anything. Don't be that type of person that wants to fly first class. Own the damn plane. Like, that's what I gotta say.
And and then never party on someone else's boat. Party on your own boat. So what?
Exactly.
That's the mentality, dog. Woo! That was hard, Lord. What a way to stop it. What a way to wrap up this fucking interview, dude. Nothing but knowledge, my man. Dude, keep it up, man. That's all I got to say. I'm looking forward to following your work. I appreciate your work, and like I said, man, we'll be in touch. We'll when I get some things you want someday, like the green trees and the mangroves, we're gonna be talking, dog. So don't trip.
No, definitely.
All right, dog.
I'll hit you up.
Yeah. All right, dog. Have a good night. And
all right.
Look forward to seeing your podcast and stuff. Keep killing it, bro. Thank you so much.
All right. Take care. Thank you, everyone.
Later,
Peace.
dog. Lordy Lion, guys. Woo! What a player. What a player. Loved it, man. I'm glad I got to get him on here. Got to fucking learn more about him. And it went down exactly how I thought it went down. I appreciate everybody who tuned in, man. You guys are awesome. Fucking solid amount of viewers the entire time. Shout out to Chris Sursery with the celebrity appearance of the night. I was going to give it to Cusco, but nope. Gave it to Chris. Good shit. Yeah, guys, like I said, thank you so much for tuning in. I really can't thank you guys enough, man. And all the support. I get a lot of fucking feedback from you guys all the time. Just want to let you know that I take it, to the heart, man. You guys are awesome. So please make sure you just subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? If you're here, you've been coming here and you're like, fuck, I haven't subscribed to this yet. Just fucking subscribe. Just hit the button. It's not that hard. And then hit the like button, hit a dislike. And for all my motherfuckers, or listen, a lot of people in the comments, do your boy a solid, okay? Just tell me how you felt about this session in the actual comments. So as soon as you exit our live, scroll down and just write a comment saying this was sick, or hell yeah, or killing it, brother. Just write down the comments for your boy if you could do that one time, okay? That way I could, if I'm like, hey, how did people like this session? I could go back and just read the comments. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. other than the subscription and whatnot, and you giving me support here, if you guys want to know what's going on further with the snake trap and what's going on the the behind the scenes, man, join the fucking Patreon page. You guys do not want to sleep on the Patreon page. We got a fucking stack family of Patreon members that I have that are sick as fuck. We're getting together for private lives and stuff like that. So if you guys really, really want to pursue and support this channel to another level, go down to the link below, click on the Patreon link, enjoy the Patreon page, and you won't regret it. Okay, lots of cool things to come. And then you already know, man, Unfiltered Reptiles podcast. We got some heat coming this way. Don't even trip. This next guest, based out of Texas, has a fucking homie who's coming in as a special guest from Costa Rica. And I can't tell you. I was going to tell you something, but I can't. I just can't say it. But you would have to check it out. Unfiltered Reptiles podcast. Anyone who's going to Arlington, Texas, holler at your boy. I'm going to be in Arlington with fucking, who knows who I'll be with. I know I'll be with Steven and Dez. Maybe fucking say hi to Miguel. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if I have enough time. But either way, say what up to your boy if you see me in Arlington. It's going to be cracking. If you're thinking about going to Arlington, not too sure, just fucking go, man. Unless you got COVID, stay home. Don't go. Sorry, Alyssa. Don't come. Alyssa from Full Throttle Reptiles cannot come to Arlington. There. Now we're safe. Okay. Nobody let her come. You guys have a good night. I'll see you guys next week for another Trap Talk session. And then after that, there'll be another one and then Arlington. All right, guys. Have a good night. Late.